Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The long awaited 2-week video delay of the Dio Grinds Solace crew drama. I'm going to start the video by giving a disclaimer. I don't want people to go harass him. I don't want people to go harass the people I mentioned in the video. Nor do I want any more bullshit from this. It has actually, in my opinion, died down a lot. But at the end of the day, what he did needed to be brought to light because he unfortunately did hurt a good chunk of our reputation for crews, as well as just, I would believe, my name in general. Because people associate Solace with me, even though I'm not even the leader. My friend Kat is the leader. But I kind of took the heavy lifting of majority of what we were doing so she can just focus on her thing. But without further ado, let's get it. Now, we're going to start from the beginning. Crews dropped on June 6th. Okay. Day one. We assembled the crew and we began doing the fucking quests, etc. We obviously, people are still like, nothing is known at this point on like what's kind of like the method, what is good to farm, etc. So like we hit like we did like everything. So we're like, oh fuck, like there's really nothing like to do left, okay? So we're watching people on TikTok, we're watching Killshota, we're watching Dio, we're watching Carbon, etc. And we're noticing in a couple of these streams that people are using like the Wind Elemental skin that makes it insta-catch, Dev Boots, Rex, and in our head, we're thinking, well, that's strange, like kind of unfair, to be quite honest. And again, like I understand people got this shit given to them, they worked hard for it, whatever the case may be. But still, going into crews, I think should have been a common sense thing to know maybe we shouldn't be using dev items, or maybe we shouldn't be finding ways to just kind of stack up our points with like insta-catch shit, So we brought it forward to the team and, we're showing them like, hey, this doesn't seem quite fair. As I'm going through this video, I don't have any of the pictures in front of me. So I'm kind of just going off. I have a good idea of what I'm talking about, as I've literally had to deal with this for almost 2 weeks. And as we go through the video, I'm going to put all the pictures and shit on screen. So apologies in advance if it's just like, I'm kind of just blabbering on. But throughout the video, during post-editing, I'm going to have all the pictures up, explaining as we go. So it will make sense, I promise. So we're watching Killshota. Killshota has he had VSKF, Jplay, Elude, all them. But again, like Jay wasn't using shit, Elude wasn't using shit, etc. From what we saw, it was Shota and VSKF. On screen, I'm going to have a picture of a DM between Sleet and VSKF. Sleet reached out trying to be nice and be like, hey, like, you shouldn't be using that, whatever. Like, that's blacklistable. because he reached out after we brought everything forward, and then they made the panel picture announcements. Obviously, I'll have that on screen as well, where they were saying CCs need to be role models. You can't be doing this, you can't be doing that, etc. And I believe on the lines where he was like, "Oh, I don't really care, like whatever." So he did, in fact, get a 12-hour ban. Again, you can blame that on me, but again, that's his fault for doing that. We reached out, but you openly say you don't give a shit. So again, that's your own doing. Carbon had dev boots on. He took them off. He didn't make a fuss about it. So Carbon was fine. At the end of the day, it's like, even he's been saying, like, he hasn't really been even kind of doing anything. It's the majority of his crew who's been gaining the points. Chada took his wind elemental off after the fact, I believe, that VSKF got his 12-hour ban. So you need to understand this is how it's kind of just going down. People are being either called out, people are being banned, etc. But again, a lot of people are listening, a lot of people are understanding, and like, oh shit, maybe, maybe they're right. Let's not do this. And I'm gonna be grown enough to admit, again, maybe we made a mistake about Dio. Because we did see in the beginning of his stream he had Rex on. Obviously, we're not watching his entire stream. That's something I'm not going to sit down and do. Again, that's only like his loyal fan base that does that. So obviously, we brought it to the attention. And again, he can disprove himself, back himself up, and clearly he did. So props to him. Again, that's our bad. I'll be grown enough to admit that. Maybe that was our mistake. But that is where everything has now kind of snowballed into the fact of where we are now. So we're going to get into the fact. Holy shit. Oops. We're going to get into now about day 2. So let's get to day 2. This is me also throwing this in there during editing. For day 1, I forgot to mention that people were also abusing the glitch where you would invite somebody, they'd get a bunch of points, you would kick them if they're not meeting your standard, but those points would stay. That's another big reason why he was climbing so fast. I have a clip of one of his officers saying that they've literally have kicked 20 people. On day 1, they were like already at that point, they had 20 people kicked and they kept 20 people's points. And they were still just recycling, getting people in. Which that was another big issue that people were abusing.
Hey.
And I have a question. How much has he been like kicking?
I did mute. I'm here.
How much?
A decent amount. I'd say we probably gone through like
I'm gonna give him a piece of corn.
like 15 people maybe.
Like your actual.
So, day 2 of cruise. Dio has now disproven himself from using Rex from his VOD that he provided, and is now in the public general chat of the official Fish Discord. Right off the bat, somebody actually pointed this out to me the other day. The only thing that me and Dio have in common is we are both hotheads. And at the end of the day, we're both going to think we're right in any situation. But the key difference is, with how he handled this, it was just piss poor. Again, I get you can be upset that you got falsely called out, whatever the case may be, but just how it escalated and why he found the need that he had to go into a public Discord and be like, oh, that guy feels dumb. Actually, that wasn't in a public. Another key fact, as we're going to get into this, is down the line, when we keep talking, there was a point where Dio had said that we were bribing people to spy on him, to infiltrate his Discord, etc. I've talked about this on the stream where I announced the video. I'm 25 years old. I'm the same age as you, Dio. No grown-ass man is going to pay children to spy on you. I'm sorry if your ego insists that you have to be right in that situation, but you're wrong. So, we, again, have had no interaction with bribing people at all. And this plays into him going into public. Another key fact, we already had people in our crew who were in your Discord server. We never paid anybody to go in there. We never asked anybody to look in there. We already had people in there who were your friend or who were people who enjoyed your content, who happened to show us all the shit you were saying in your server too. So again, this plays out the way it's playing out. So he's in public stating how his crew is he was like, oh, the people tried to get us banned, all this shit, Dio, a grind HQ on top, all this shit. Fun fact, when he got called out about this, he said that we were the ones who started it in general. I'll have on the screen, buddy, you were the only one talking about it. Why the fuck would I have why would I need to go in there? Again, why do you have to go in there and boast? Do you want people to love you so much? I'm confused. You had no reason to go in there again and be like, oh, all right, HQ on top, boys. We got them. But they're feeling dumb. Whatever. Obviously, I'm responding to him as he's still going on in general. But the fact is, we didn't start that in general. That was all him. So he's going on in general. We're going back and forth. I saw pictures of what he said in the CC Discord, how he was saying that I was trying to frame him to use Rex so I could clip him and get banned. Buddy, no the fuck we weren't. Again, if that's your first thought, what's wrong with you? I don't give a fuck to watch half of the streamers on Fish. Again, I'm happy that people stream. I'm happy that there are CCs who do shit for the game. I know I stream. I'm not a CC. I just stream the game for fun. I love the game. I don't care enough to be a CC. And I understand that this might be your whole life. Because let's be honest, you got Rex. Your whole profile pictures are about Rex. Every other stream, every other video, you have Rex on your back. Without Fish, without Rex, what are you? Let's just be free. Let's be for real here, okay? Let's be honest. But he's just blabbering on in chat. We're writing back. And then he sends us a big ass little message where he's saying all this shit, how, I gotta wait for the big man to decide my fate. Because I called him out. Because again, now he wrote the message saying we were bribing people. And I called him the fuck out on it. And he was like, oh, I have the proof. I have everything I need. I'll let the big man decide your fate. Okay. Cool. Sure thing, Dio. So, I'm going back and forth with the people I'm talking to about the whole situation. Dio's doing his own thing. And it got to the point where the only thing I'm going to mention about somebody is we had Nick reach out to me, and I'm going to assume the same message to Dio. I'll have the message on screen, but it was basically, the gist of it was, if anybody talked about it going forward, you would either A, lose your CC privileges, B, if you're not a CC, you would be blacklisted from becoming a CC. And how this shit should just end and be over with. We respected that. I'll throw on screen 2 from our clan Discord. We made announcement after announcement. Let's drop it. We're over. Nick said this. We're done. Like, it's over with and no more talking about it, etc. Dio, on the other hand, puts the same message in his server. Oh, like, it's the stuff with Solace is done, blah, blah, blah. But he just continued to like keep going. And then he's still talking in his Discord about how we're still trying to bribe people to get in there. And then he did that little purge of his where everybody who wasn't a month in, like, got kicked. So we're sitting here, and again, like, I wanted to come out about it so much earlier, but in my mind, like, I don't want to get in trouble for talking about it. So I withheld a lot. We dropped it, whatever. He just kept talking about it. Like every other stream, like I see people in chat now. Like, again, like I'm banned. He banned me on everything he has. Obviously, besides Twitch and YouTube, but I'm banned on his Discord. I'm banned on TikTok from him. He blocked me on everything. And I've said before, even if there was a point where me and him could talk, we would never see eye to eye because we're just too stubborn. We're both too hot-headed. And I get he might think he's in the right, but he's not. And again, that's just me saying that because I know I'm defending myself and the people involved in this because he's an idiot and he couldn't think clearly. But we're going to get more into day 3. So we're going to kind of go into it now on just everything that kind of followed afterward. I've had numerous people reach out to me during the period of time of all of this. And again, they've sent me shit that they're seeing about him, that he's saying. I don't need that to get twisted into now him thinking I'm sending people to go after him and find it. Buddy, again, I'm a grown-ass fucking man. This is a Roblox game. Nobody is bribing. Nobody is paying. People are just sending it to me. So, I don't know what to tell you there. Maybe you gotta have better control of your Discord or whatever, but it's not that serious. But if you and me get the same message, okay, saying to stop talking about it, I stopped talking about it. I would go live. People would ask in chat, you know, what happened? Nothing. I'm not talking about it. Whatever. And anybody in general. I mean, I don't interact in there. I don't really care to talk in the Fish Discord. It's whatever. The only reason to talk in there is to unlock value discussion, but that's about it. But when I'm reading people telling him at Dio Grinds, everyone hates you. And he was like, huh? This should all be over. And he was like, apparently not. He was like, oh, hopefully we can resolve it. About to just quit. Again, there's another one of his famous lines, guys. I'm gonna quit. Blah, blah, blah. Are you, though? Because every time something happens and you get overwhelmed or you get stressed, you're gonna say you quit, and then you just go baby in a corner. And then you're just right back because you realize something's gonna happen to you. At the end of the day, I realize that there's realistically nothing that can happen besides me saying what's going on. I know he's not going to get any consequence. I know he's not going to get anything done to him. It's whatever. But at the end of the day, I'd rather the public know that if you really support this guy, you need to see how he really acts. So that's all I can say on that front. But over time, during all of that, I've had people who were involved get harassed on stream, get harassed in DMs, etc. Chill Guy, Silky, myself, we all got harassed. Chill Guy sent me a clip of someone in his chat harassing him about it. And then, this isn't as important, but this also plays into the fact. Sand Clan. After the fact of what I'm about to explain happened, I did speak to the owner. We worked it out. Not a big deal. It could have been as easy as that with me and Dio, but no. I don't understand how you're a grown-ass man and you can't sit down and talk. Because I would have gladly sat down with Dio I would have gladly talked to him and been like, dude, what, like, first off, you're getting a random DM. And again, my whole theory on that, it was he DM'd himself on an alt account. Like, who in the right mind is going to stir some stupid bullshit up that we're trying to bribe people to come spy on you? But whatever. Fan clan. I had somebody from their clan who got kicked provide me a video, which I will put on screen as well, of them orchestrating that they were going to go troll us. And they pretended they wanted to join our clan, which is another thing that happened because once Dio went into general and said all this shit about us, we were a laughing stock. Nobody respected us. Everybody would fuck with us and troll us. So they pretended they wanted to join. They got an invite link. Boom. They're raiding our Discord. And granted, it's not like they were in there doing anything fucking stupid. But it's the fact that they still raided us. And they were like, oh, let's go troll them. Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of no names. Like little freakazoids. But after the fact, again, I was in Trade Plaza and I found him. But before that, people were messaging Silky and apologizing. But I told her, anything from that, forward to me. Have him come talk to me. Cal DM'd me. That's the owner of Sand, Cal. DM'd me an apology. We worked it out. No problem. Met him in the Trade Plaza. We had a lovely conversation. A lovely guy. We talked. He explained none of them were on. None of his officers were on. It was just a bunch of people in there who took it upon themselves to come fuck with us. At the end of the day, something like that, easy to resolve. No problem, no beef. But as time went on, you know, we kind of dropped it all. Again, the only purpose of me making this video is just the fact that we quit doing crews. And like, I know he said on stream too that they're only doing it now just to get the reward and he's not going to do it next season, whatever. Cool. That's what you're going to do, then do it. But when you have so many people in my chat, so many people DMing me, I think that should be like a wake-up call that your whole image of yourself being so well liked isn't really like real. You know, I get we can daydream and fantasize that we're all loved, but at the end of the day, like the Dio love ratio is kind of like 85-15. But he started continuing going on, and then he started to bash grass touchers. Again, they have their own fucking way of doing things. But when you're going to sit on stream and you're talking about how you don't have a wiki editor telling you what to do all the time, you know, just getting angry about that, how your strat's not working. And
my strat's not working. Yo. Well, sorry, I don't have a wiki editor.
Telling me what to do and how to get better points.
the fact that they even think that they need to gatekeep some stupid fucking strat is beyond me. At the time, dude, everybody knew to go to the mine shaft. Everybody knew to go fucking farm your stupid little oaklings, your stupid fucking bananas. Like again, like, you want to be number one, but like, it's not happening. Like, that dream is down the toilet, dude. And like, I have, like, all this shit's gonna be thrown on screen. I have people fucking saying all this shit about him. And it's like, at the end of the day, dude, like, when are you gonna wake up and realize, like, you're not that well liked? Like, it's beyond me. And then because of what he did, we had people in like complete randoms. I have no idea who any of these people are, saying how we had testers in our game, like our crew. We had people with panel. I'm gonna have on screen pictures of everybody who was in our crew. Now, did one person have access to panel? Not one person had access to anything game breaking. To me, and again, even after the fact, if they implemented the feature where dev shit doesn't give you points, that shouldn't even matter anymore. But it's at the end of the day, with all of this shit, it could have been so avoided. It could have been avoided so much. And again, it's not that big of a deal now. Obviously, probably if this video comes out, he'll fucking bitch and cry about it. Whatever. But my key takeaway from this is if you are going to go into public and say we're bribing people and you don't have, I'm going to throw it on the screen too. You literally admitting that the guy didn't want to give you the proof and it was fake. And you couldn't go into general and be like, oh, hey, I'm sorry. I just didn't mean to say this. No, you're going to keep it in there and keep going on about it. You're an idiot. Like, you're an absolute jackass. And like, at the end of the day, dude, I've never been a fan of you. Like, I'm happy you're happy doing what you do, but like, that doesn't give you the right to go berate people just because you think you're right. I can do that now to you because I have everything to back myself up. You went in there swinging around like, oh, we're better than Solace. Solace is bribing people to come in here. Like, dude. But I'm trying to figure out what to continue on about because, I mean, that's pretty much the premise of it, guys. Dio Grinds tried to lie about us. It tanked our reputation, made us honestly just quit Cruise in general. Like, Cruise at the point it's at now should not give out rewards. There should be no leaderboard. Cruise was supposed to be just fun for everyone, not a competitive thing. Because Fish now has turned into whose Johnson is the biggest? Who has the most? Who can I have more ego over? How big can my ego be? Etc. When it's a fishing game. Like, what happened? What happened in between? I've talked about how I feel about CCs getting everything early. Again, that's not my decision to make. But it's at the same time, I think CCs get a lot handed to them that they shouldn't. I think it should be fair. I mean, I know they have their server. They get everything early. Excuse me. They kind of are like, but I feel like CCs to have a more genuine reaction and have a more engaging thing with the community should get it at the same time as everybody else. Because if you're going into an update knowing what to do, how is that genuine? And another thing for Dio is I hope after the fact, when all this blows over, you're going about your day, you finally come to realize what a follower is. You have over 40,000 followers on TikTok. You have whatever on Twitch, whatever on YouTube. A good chunk of your following are children. Children will believe anything you say. You're a grown man. You were a kid once. I'm sure you had a favorite YouTuber you looked up to like they were fucking Christ on a cross. Kids actually idolize you. Kids go to you for your content, for your guides, whatever the fuck you think you're doing. And if they're in general, or if a follower of you or somebody who actually enjoys you is in general seeing you berate us, spreading misinformation in your own Discord saying this, obviously they're going to hop on the bandwagon and think, oh shit, he's right. Let me not go dig into this first, but he's automatically right. I have to listen to him. Because I don't think you understand what a follower is. And I don't think you understand how inflated your ego is half the time. Everybody says the same thing. You cry about it. You say you're going to quit. You go baby in a corner, and then it gets fixed for you. And then you're back. Like nothing happened. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. Just be open with your fucking community, dude. Like, again, with me, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll say what I feel. I'll call out who I think needs to be called out. But I think, again, I have no hate for the guy. Like, whatever. We can sit here and beef, but we're grown-ass men. I'm not gonna fucking beef with you all the time over some stupid bullshit. Just watch your fucking mouth. That's all it is. Like, make sure you have what you're actually saying. And don't fucking go in there and then act like what you did wasn't a problem. Because I know you're gonna sit there and be like, what I did wasn't a problem. Like, I'm not in the wrong. Buddy, you slandered us to the ground for no fucking reason. Just because you want to be top dog in a stupid crew thing, which the reward is probably going to be a stupid fucking bobber. Do you really have to have an ego that big where you can't sit back and be like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake? I'm sitting here saying I made a mistake. Where the fuck is yours? Like, but again, like I told you guys, we're gonna be playing this on stream first. So I'm sure if there's more in between, I'll talk about it on stream then. But that's honestly all I have. And at the end of the day, guys, again, there's no need to go harass this guy. There's no need to continue on with the drama. I just wanted to get it out there, show you guys all the pictures in order, and just get it out there that we weren't robbing people. Diogrinds lied on our name. Diogrinds slandered us. Like, it's plain and simple. And I'm not asking anybody to change their view on him. If you still love the guy after this, by all means, go ahead. If you hate me after this, by all means, I can't change that. If you love me after this, welcome. But don't care what people have to say about me, what they think about me in the game. It's whatever. I'm here to play the game. I want the game to be a better community because the community lately has just been shit in the bed. And I think there has got to be a lot of change with CCs, with how people go about talking about shit. Because I think if you have a problem with somebody, talk to them in DMs. If you have a problem with the game, make a video on it. Stream about it. Nobody should be scared to speak up about the game or about the community. Just because what, you're a CC, you can't speak your own opinion on it? It makes no sense. Like, I feel like I'm the realest one out of all of this entire thing lately. I don't care what people think. I don't care what I say. If I think it's stupid, I'll say it's stupid. If I think it's awesome, I'll think it's awesome. But we're going to talk about this in chat now. So again, thank you everybody for watching this. Sorry for the delay. I'm sorry if this really wasn't what you were expecting, you know, the way I hyped it up. But at the end of the day, there's really not much I can kind of cram into the video to elaborate on it. But like I said, at the end of the day, Diogrinds, fix your brain, fix your ego. You know, don't kick the hornet's nest, dude. Have all your information, don't lie about people, and own up to your mistakes, please. Thank you guys for watching. Hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their day.
My thread's not working. Yeah, well, sorry, I don't have a wiki
Editor telling you what to do
and how to get
better points.